Today's video is going to be very different from every other video I've made. It's not a retelling, it's not a comic book breakdown, it's not an episode breakdown. It is just simply a love letter. Yup, you heard me. It is a love letter to A1 Studios. I mean, okay, let's stick to the formula, right? Usually I break down the episodes, like episode 3 or Soul 11 that just dropped. It was fantastic. What can I say? A1 Studio hit this shit out of the park. I mean, in all honesty, when this stuff was coming out, when this solo leveling project was coming out, I was one of the people that were like iffy on the whole A1 Studio thing because we really didn't know what they made. Come to find out, they are legendary. They have been making a lot of good anime, but we have been overlooking them because of the Demon Slayers, the Jujitsu Kaisen, the One Punch Man, the Naruto, the One Piece. But bruh, A1 Studio is holding their weight in their category. I'm not even going to lie to you. I am very impressed with this solo leveling project they're putting out. But the thing is, they don't only put out solo leveling. Like literally every single day, solo leveling new episode drop. Another episode of Mashle drops. And they do Mashle as well. And boy, Mashle is killing it. But I digress. First of all, let's make it clear. Episode 3 of Solo Leveling was hot. I mean, bro, this episode was emotional because we see the aftermath of everything that happened in the dungeon prior. We see people in a state of shock because they watch people they went into the dungeon with get torn in half, get butchered, actually get murdered. So yeah, there was a lot of trauma. And most of all, the biggest trauma, in my opinion, was by the MC himself. Nobody talks about it enough, but watching everyone else die, including yourself, was traumatic. Come to find out that A1 also included some scenes we never get to see. We saw the people that actually came and found the MC. We see the moment when the MC finally finds out that he probably is a double awakening, and you see the joy in his face. This guy has been struggling to pay the bills. The fact that he's finding out now that he may have real power, yeah, it was a good moment. Even if the next moment he did something absolutely freaking stupid. Because right after these people left, he got a notification to do a special quest that was going to improve his strength. He was trying to be strong and he got this message and he ignored it. Even after reading that there was a penalty, my guy simply just read this shit and went back to bed. Like, hey, nothing's going to happen. Bruh, something obviously happened. And it was so funny and scary to see because honestly, I was gawking at the fact that we get to see some S-ranked heroes finally and see how they actually act. Do you understand? I mean, we've read this, but we see them actually act. But nah, I was honestly distracted by the pure foolishness of the MC because his punishment was to survive this giant centipede-looking monster for about 4 hours straight. So his punishment is literally been dropped in the middle of the desert and having to run for 4 hours straight. And boy, he ran. I mean, he ran because he had no other choice but to run. These guys were vicious. And it was no joking stuff. Like, he literally he was throwing up, he was crying, snot was coming out of his nose. Like, it was a traumatic experience for him and myself to watch because honestly, it was very, very tense. I mean, we know he survives, but shit, if I was watching it for the first time, I would be scared because it was intense. But yes, after this whole ordeal, he made up his mind to never do that again. He even got the animation is so crisp. We get to see the MC put the key in the hole to open his own private dungeon so he could go hunting and start to level up. We get to see the goblins that were butchering the MC in episode 1. Now, with his new training, he's actually moving. He's no longer getting stabbed in the gut like a fly. This time, he's actually putting in the effort to stand like a man on his own 2 feet. And I love it. I love a good growth manhwa anime. We see him finally get to use a blade well. We see him grow. I love any manhwa or comic that shows me or shows a character who I love grow. Get to kill monsters that have been butchering him all his life. Yeah, this was a very triumphant moment for me. But come, this video is not a solo leveling video. Don't get it twisted. Like I said, this video is a love letter to A1 Studios. But solo leveling, episode 3, was fantastic. So I just had to mention that because my boy is about to get upgraded. But now, let's talk about Marsh. Bruh, when they told me, hey, there's an anime that's straight up ripped out of the Harry Potter novel, I didn't believe it, but this holds up really well. And A1 did something crazy with this recent episode. Everything looked good. I mean, usually the art style of Mashle is meant to be goofy and funny looking, but this episode was insane. I mean, you know how you can usually tell when it's about to be movie quality animation? It's as if this whole season has movie quality animation. The angles, the face, the smiles, bruh, the motion, it felt so crisp. I wanted to cry. I've watched this episode like 3 times. The battle against the sound wizard versus the other wizard that uses like big gigantic buster swords. Yeah, it was a battle to behold. Like, this is why I imagine when I'm seeing Harry Potter fight Voldemort when I was reading the novels. Real fast-paced wizardry. I mean, honestly, the movies did well, but seeing this shit in animation form was just ridiculously good. Especially because this sound wizard looks cool as hell. And he thought, I like a situation where you always think you're the baddest motherfucker in the joint. But suddenly there's someone that is way better than you because this guy was feeling himself way too much. He thought he had the upper hand because it was a two line wizard. Only come to find out, this person he has been messing with apparently is a 3-line wizard who likes to conceal his abilities. Because when this guy trapped him with his sound wave, the pressure was ridiculous. He couldn't move an inch. You feel me? But because he was such a badass, he honestly didn't need to move an inch. The second he sensed that he was truly in danger, because he looked to his side and he saw some music notes coming closer and closer. And when those music notes make contact, they instantly explode. So right now he was in a position that he couldn't move. But the second my bro sensed danger approaching him with that music notes, like I said earlier, coming closer and closer and appearing right next to him, he knew it was up. In an instant, he unleashed his full power. And in this universe, 3-line wizards have this special ability to draw out the power or the full potential from their wands. So it transforms from a short wooden stick to whatever the user wants to use, or is that user's specialty. And this guy, his magic is literally just big buster swords. So when he awoken his sword and unleashed his 3rd line, which appears on his face, he summons Ares, which is literally a trident, a big, massive, sharp as hell trident. Even this guy, the music couldn't believe his eye, because bro, the animation at this point was so crisp. It was like literally butter. I was amazed, and I was watching it with my speakers on the max, and it was just beautiful. The second he awoken his wand, we see blue or greenish lightning start to crackle in the sky rather next to his flesh. His wand transforms and becomes this big sharp staff. Ooh, you knew it was up. Like, you knew at this moment it is all up. He was ready for the smoke, because instantly with one simple attack, this is One Punch Man level feat, because honestly I think he split the ground in half because there was no bottom to the attack he just used. There was a big gaping freaking hole. The sound magician managed to escape, but he wasn't unscathed. He managed to get his people out of there as well, showing that he apparently still has a conscience, even though he was the bad guy in this situation. Like a bad boy, he just licks his blood and he's like, okay, you won this round, but next time I'ma get you. And you know he's not capping, because he looks like a literal psychopath with his mark, but he looks cool. I'm not going to lie. I like the character design. But Jesus Christ, you guys should go check them. Bruh, if you're looking for something to watch in this period and you're all drowned up and you want something new, try Mashle or Marsh. I don't know how it's pronounced, but this anime goes crazy. It's by A1 Studios, like I said, and they are doing good works. Trust me, it's about to be a big arena battle scene, so you better hop on this quick. So bye. My love letter to A1 Studios is finished. Please like and subscribe. I promise you, I will keep the good content coming back to back with fire recommendations. Peace and love. Bye.